Hi, this is my review of Emma Donoghue's latest book called The Lotteries Plus One. This came out in March 2017. A junior, it's junior fiction, which means that it's focused on a younger audience. Emma Donoghue has written two books previously. One, Room, which was adapted into a very famous film, and it was nominated for the Oscars. And the second book that she wrote was The Wonder, which came out last year. And I rated it highly, so I picked up this book. Uh, this had a very odd premise. This is about a family which is called the Lotteries. The Lotteries are comprised of four adults, two male and two females. They're all couples. They're all couples with each other. So they become parents to eight kids. They have eight kids together. Some of them are their biological kids, and some of them they've adopted. And so the Lotteries. These four adults actually win a huge lottery, and that's when they decide to have a large family and live together. They live in an old house in Toronto, which for me was very exciting because I live in Toronto as well. So the Lotteries is an odd family, to say the least. The plus one is one of the adults, one of the father adults, is actually has to bring his father home with him because his father has been diagnosed with dementia, and he's afraid that if his father lives alone, he might harm himself. So he brings him over to his family with his eight kids and his three co-parents. Um, and that's when trouble starts. This is focused around the story of a girl named Sumac, who is one of the daughters of these four parents, and she is not happy about the arrival of her grandfather, and she makes plans and she tries to discourage him from continue living there. She tries to discourage her parents from allowing him to continue living there. It's all about that. She feels that he messes up their family system. He judges them for being different. And it's all about that. It's a very cute book. However, I would not call it junior fiction for a couple of reasons. First of all, the language. There is a lot of language play in it, which is very cute and adorable, but it takes some getting used to, and I think a younger audience would treat it as an obstacle. Secondly, it's very queer, the family system. I think it's it it's very difficult to put it in terms, and I think that's the difficult part about it. There's so much of understanding, there's so much that you need to know about lotteries before you dive into this whole idea of a plus one, which Emma Donoghue hasn't done. I know there's a second book in working, which is called The Lotteries More or Less. But for a first book, I think there's a lot of information about the family that's been piled up, and too many questions rise in your mind as a reader, which I don't think is ideal for a junior um, reader. Another problem with this book was that the ending. I don't want to give away anything, so I'm not going to give you any spoilers. But the problem with the ending was it was too cliched. It was very predictable, and it didn't make sense for a family that's so odd, for a family that's very queer, and for a family that lives against the norms of the society. This just did not make sense. The way the book ended, it was too simplistic, and I think I was looking for something more. I feel that this book lacked something. It was a 303-page book, so I think it could have packed a greater punch. I think the oddities of the lotteries was very well defined. All the siblings in it, even the parents, they all had very distinct characteristics. They had very distinct names. I love the names: Cardamom and Papadum and popcorn and all of those names. They were really cute and very adorable, and they all held meaning. Whereas I think she got so wrapped up in language that the story, somewhere along the way, it seemed to lack as much a punch as I would want from, from the story as the wordplay was giving me. Um, this does have a diverse set of characters. It has LGBTQ characters as well as characters from different races. I think there is a character with some sort of mental uh, development issues as well. But apart from that, I mean, I don't think that she wrapped it up as well as I would want. It needed a tighter hold. I'm hoping the second book would do that for me. I will be picking up the second book because again, the lotteries did interest me and they were a very cute family. And I hope the second book delivers more. So I rated it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you so much.